Java Haris tak akan cover the new format series by Dr. Ahmad. Halo, good afternoon. Selamat petang. Foto yang sudah masuk, minta menunggu sekejap. Minta bersabar ya. Hello, good afternoon. Sorry for the technical error just now. Can anyone hear me? Boleh?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, I will apologize for the delay due to some technical error. Suddenly, I've also lost my video. I have to log out and log in again. And thanks again for your patience. Okay, without further ado, let's start the webinar. Morning, normal morning for tomorrow. A very good afternoon to you, all of you. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Today's webinar is brought to you by the Association of Professional Technicians and Technologists, APTT, University Malaysia Sarawak, UNIMAS, and TechZone Malaysian Board of Technologists, MBOT, supported by Sarawak Multimedia Authority, SMA and MBOT, hosted by PCSS. My name is Lau Yew Nen, the moderator of today. Before we start today's webinar, allow me to take a moment to introduce today's speaker, Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan bin Aziz. Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan is a knowledgeable and have strong educational background in electrical and electronics. He has over 19 years of teaching experience as a lecturer in Malaysia Polytechnic, anchoring several technical subjects including telecommunication, embedded system, robotics, electrical and electronics. He is also a HRDC certified trainer. He is currently the assistant professor in University Technology Brunei. Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan is a professional technologist under the Malaysian Board of Technologists and Board and an electrical professional engineer under the Board Engineer Malaysia, BM. He provides consultations, work in the field of electrical and electronics technology. He has 8 years of working experience in industry as RF engineer and repeater manager. Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan was appointed as professional assessor panel since 2019 by MBOT in the field of building and construction, BC, electrical and electronics, EE, and telecommunication and broadcasting, TBP. He also involved in the technical team and referee panel of Malaysian Robotic Competition Robocon since 2018. He had involved with Plus Highway RFID waveguide consultation, design of UMP solar panel IoT project. He was also appointed as visiting research fellow since year 2018 by UITF Antenna Research Center, ARC. With great passion of technologist engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan in education and coaching, he has successfully improved the teaching and learning processes, particularly in research, innovation, practical skill works, academic writings, industrial consultations, hands-on technical works. He is also active involved in technical community services, which are CSR programs. So for those of you who just joining us, welcome to today's webinar entitled Route to Professional Technologists and Certified Technician, presented to you by Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan. So just a little bit of a housekeeping before we really started. Sorry for a very long, lengthy introduction. Kindly be reminded that mic shall be always mute and video recording is strictly not allowed. We welcome all of you to join the session with your video switched on. However, if you're having a problem or trouble with your internet, it's okay if you want to switch off your video recording, your video during the session. If you have any question during the presentation, please type in your question in the text box. We will compile and consolidate all your queries for Q&A session later. So in view of the precious 1 hour given, if we are not able to cover all the questions, so feel no worry, you can always reach us at the Telegram chat group with the link posted in the chat box later. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to our speaker, technologist engineer, Dr. Ahmad Azlan bin Aziz. Thank you.
Okay, just want to check my mic. Is it okay? I allow?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I allow Yew Nen from APTT and the rest of the colleague from APTT's UMS, UNIMAS as well, and other collaborators. Thanks for coming for this what we call that webinar related to route to professional technologies and certified technicians. And thank you for the quick introductions about myself. Now let me what we call that try to share my content. Okay, so is it okay? And it's projected.
Yep, we can see your slide in not in the
Okay.
presenter mode.
Okay.
Yep, nice.
Okay, thank you very much again, Lau, for the quick introduction about myself. So we will go not typically deep about the route to professional technologies and TS and also TC, but some new update. So my slide will be around 40 slide, 39 to 40 slide. I will cover more what we call that the critical parts for those who are willing to seek for MBOT assessment, and some of the new update regarding the CV, how to fill up and what and what not. Have to put inside of the if you go for the deferral, apa ni what need to be put inside of that particular deferrals report. So currently, as per date of November 2022, we have registered graduate technologies 38,564 currently has been approved to be registered as graduate technologies, and then 7,7795 for qualified technicians. And then we go for the professional technologies, currently is 70,485. And the certified technicians, not many, 2,064. We encouraging more TCs afterwards. And altogether been updated under MBOT database is 65,000 currently, 65K plus. Okay, so I think this has already been highlighted by Lau just now, so we just proceed. So the webinar will be covered up on the introduction sides of the MBOT. What are the histories of the MBOT itself? So what MBOT, what we call that the core business of MBOT, and also the route to professional technology and certified technicians. These are the what we call that dominant part of my webinar, and then we gazette more 5 minutes or more regarding on the Q&A. So as part of the engineers concern, we have a statistical salary since 20 years back. So these are some of the issues that have been raised under the newspaper previously, and these current issues have been also addressed today, and the salary is not being updated since 20 years back. So this kind of something that demoralized for the newcomers. So what are the options besides to be registered as engineers? Because in Malaysia we have not all the program has been registered under BEM, under Board of Engineers Malaysia. We have a program, we call it TVET, and also the technologies degrees and other technologies based program, which cannot be registered under BEM. They can be registered under MBOT. So how going to be this particular technology person want to profess per India their what we call that India daily work lah. So one of the option is registered by the MBOT. Okay, so what are the definition of professional person? So professional person is specific, must have a specific knowledge. Specific knowledge mean let's say if he been registered under electrical, so the specialized knowledge maybe will be on electrical side. So if he been registered under civil, so his specialized knowledge is in civil, building and construction, and so on. So that is called a specialized knowledge, whereby a professional person must lies with the specialized knowledge, either following his degree or not. Because this is something very special about MBOT, because MBOT is not what we call it CEO degree. For the BEM, Board of Engineers Malaysia, let's say we call it discipline based. What are the difference between MBOT and also BEM? BEM is called a discipline based, whereby your degree and your practice must align. But for the MBOT, we call it technology based, whereby you can have a degree in civil. Let's say you have a fluent or knowledgeable person for 15 years practicing in different field, regardless of your degree. So this can be counted under MBOT. So let's say you have degree in civil, let's say you have 15 years or 20 years in electrical, you can be registered under electrical instead of civil as referred to your first degree. So this is something that very what we call that something different compared to previous been practiced under discipline based what we call that board. So the second one is on the competency. Of course, every professional person must go on the competency assessment. We call it validation. And for MBOT itself, they have to go on the assessment validation under the interview sessions. I will explain more afterwards. So for the third one is it might practice code of ethics and code of conduct. These are very important. For MBOT itself, they have COE, code of ethics and code of conduct, that can be downloaded actually. So I will explain a little bit more deep afterwards. So what are the differences between the COE on the BEM and also the MBOT, COE and also COC. COC stand for code of conduct, COE stand for code of ethics. And the fourth one is paid to participate in activity. The time that been dedicated for that particular sort of professional person, most of them have been what we call that paid. There's no free work. There's premium or premium must maybe can give 1 or 2 times lah. But later on it's called premium, you have to pay and so on. So something that your time is payable according to your professionalship lah. And the fifth one is governed with the professional standard, whereby on the MBOT it's been gazetted under enacted under 768 Act APTA 768. This is very important, or we call it professional technologies certified technologies and certified technician 2015. APTA Technologist dan Certified Technician 2015, ataupun kita panggil APTA 768. So for the BEM we have 138. Okay, so these are very different type of act under MBOT is 768. So little bit part of the act that candidate have must have an idea lah. Ada beberapa element inside of that particular act that must be well versed by the candidates lah. I will explain more afterwards. So under MBOT registered field, there will be 24 registered recognized technology field. 24. The newest one is on the health and medical technology (HM), and it depends on your practice. Actually, these are something very different between MBOT and compared to the rest other boards. Is depend on your practice, not your first degree. Okay, so if you notice under appointed panel, I've been appointed by the MBOT under 3 section under DBC, building and construction, under the TB, telecommunication and broadcasting, and under the EE. Why 3? So it depends on your previous experience, because on BC I have an experience in the MNE previously, so that's why I come in under BC, because I have experience in MNE, mechanical and electricals in industry of building and construction. For the TB itself, I consult a few projects regarding the TB, and of course my field of study is on EE. That's why I've been appointed under 3 different fields to be a panel under MBOT. So, but as per registered under MBOT, this only dominant 1. You cannot be registered under 2 or 3 field, because dominancy for your registered field are only allowed 1 registered field. Let's say on my field is on the electrical and electronic. So hanya satu sahaja bidang, they've been allowed to be registered. Let's say you have been registered under health, electric and electronic, but you wish to be re-registered under different field. So what can be done for that? Boleh ke tidak? Jawapan dia boleh, but you have to go back the process, surrender current field, register the new field. So you cannot be registered two different field, even though you only can be appointed tiga panel yang tiga bidang yang berbeza, but your dominancy field must be only one. Allowed. And the other question is, let's say you have been registered as TC previously. Let's say you your practice as the certified technician, and you go for PJJ, get your degree, and manage to finish up your degree. Let's say you want to be registered as TS. Is it straight away can be registered for professional technology? The answer is no. You have to go back to the new registrations for the professional technologies. And by subject to the not regulation is guideline, I can say that you must have 3 years experience holding what we call that degree punya post, then you can be registered as a professional technologist. So these are the something that very crucial. You have sufficient, still minimum 3 years experience. Okay, so what else? MBOT, Malaysian Board of Technology's core business. The first one is to recognize and register technologists and technician and professional based on technology and technician field. Sebab why MBOT cater technology based? Not everybody can be registered under discipline based. Contoh IT. There's no badan yang recognized for the IT itself. So that's why MBOT coming in to fill in the gap, especially for those yang macam food tech, chemical technologies and the other things that don't have the dedicated board. So it can be registered under MBOT untuk fill in the gap lah. Okay, so please do not compare let's say on BEM dengan MBOT. The endorsement sini boleh layak cop, di sini tak boleh layak cop. No, you cannot compare that because both licenses in the different act. One is 138, one is 768. Dia ada jurisdiction dia ada dia punya what we call it. Ada pertikaian sebelum ni. Ada yang cakap tak boleh endorsement, ada yang cakap boleh. Later on I will explain lah. I will explain. Tapi dalam akta is very clear to say that section 19 say that professional technology can approve and certify the manner of conduction of technology services to be carried out. What mean by technology services? You have to refer back to section 16B. License under 5 different OFTAs, comprises 5 element: development, manufacturing, testing, commissioning, and maintenance. By subject to technology services. Technology services, kalau dia indicated kerja itu engineering, tak boleh dah pakai akta 768. Tapi if the job scope say that technology is mentioned clearly, technology, tak ada campur engineering. Bila tak ada campur engineering, then license itu the MBOT punya akta di bawah teknologi. Tapi kalau is mention engineering technology, ada saja engineering, tak boleh lah. It's subject to the BEM punya akta. So it's very clear. If the job scope say that technology, scope of work, then you can use the akta 768. But some of them will debate and here and so on. Tapi we go back to the akta. Akta tu jelas menyatakan bahawa to approve and certify the manner of conduction of technology services to be carried out. Technology services. Okay, so this is something that kita kena pegang. For section 20 is for certified technician. It said that to approve and certify the manner of conduction of technical services. What are the difference between section 19 and section 20? Section 19 stated technology services, whereby for the section 20 is technical services. Technical services refer back to section 16 A comprises of 3 elements experience. One is testing, commissioning, and maintenance. You must go for the 3 element testing, either testing, commissioning, or maintenance. Your experience counted under section 16A. As per said under section 20, section 20 under 768. For the 768 section 19, technology based, comprises of 5 elements: development, manufacturing, testing, commissioning, and maintenance. Okay, so 24 recognized technologies field depend, but the definition on each of the, let's say on marine technology, electrical and electronic technology, what are the subs category? You can go directly to the MBOT web page, double click, and they will explain the categorize of each of the elements. Lagi sempat petang ataupun habis nanti, I will show the categorized definition lah. Contoh electric electronic, what are the subcategorized under electric electronic. For the telecommunication and broadcasting, what are the subcategory. So to make sure that we registered in the right technology field, because we have a lot of candidates that salah daftar. Then at the end of the day, panel will say that is it you want to be assessed under this field ataupun you can tukar. So boleh tukar, panel boleh bagi cadangan untuk tukar, tapi it will take you some time sebab nak kena re-assess balik on the next cycle. It will take some time. So that is something that hassle lah. So to please make sure get right mentor. Ataupun if you keliru, then you will ask afterward, then we will try our best to answer your questions lah afterwards kalau ada soalan, kalau confused. Okay, so these are the core as part of if you want to sit for the TS and TC assessment, please make sure you read Act 768. I can say majority of the candidates tak tahu langsung tentang Akta 768 dan tak baca pun. They are not read 768 sebab kita want to be registered as MBOT professional person. But kita tak tahu. We don't know what are the content of 768. Susah lah. Sebab memang orang akan cakap siapa yang baca akta tebal-tebal. Akta hanya akan baca selepas pelanggaran berlaku. So we don't want to be like that. So you have to know actually what are the basis element. So what are the important akta yang kena tahu dalam Akta 768. So I give the tips. So section 16A. What else? Section 16B. The next one is section 19. The second one is section 20. And the third one, the fifth one is section 27. Suspended ataupun suspension. So these are the one of the important. The rest is also important, but most directly related to us. 16A, 16B, sorry 16B sini. 16A, 16B, section 19, section 20 and section 27 are the core of the yang penting lah. You have to read it thoroughly and faham lah yang paling penting. Okay, so when we go on to the history, MBOT Act coming in after 20 years, after 20 years to fill in the gap for earlier punya board that been registered. So this is what we call that something that you cannot compare previous Act dengan MBOT sebab MBOT only been registered and enacted in 2015. Compared to the other boards, 1995 for town planning, Act 538. Then we have CIDB, Act 520. We have BEM, Architect and Quantity Surveyors in 1967, and we have Land Surveyor Act 458 in 1958. So 20 years later, after town planning punya Act 1995, MBOT been registered to fill in the gap. So please don't compare. Every act have their own specialties and dia punya cover. And the board is been registered to help enhance the activity related to professionalism. Okay. So just like I mentioned just now, MBOT recognized technology-based profession rather than discipline-based. I define again, discipline-based mean your degree and practice must align, whereby for the technology-based is not necessary. You can have a different degree. It's not only see your degree, it's depend on your practice, current practice. Okay, so like I mentioned just now, on under 768 Act, what are the important 16A? Okay, three element comprises of three element. One is testing, the second one is product commissioning, the third one is maintenance. This is called technical services. The term of reference is called a technical services. So technical services referred to TC, certified technician, even though it's not clearly mentioned, but is you have to understood 16A is referred to certified technician. Okay, for 16B under 768 comprises of five parameters or five element or five experience, five services. Under 16B, one is development, the second one is manufacturing, the third one is testing, the fourth is product commissioning, and the fifth one is maintenance. So the question is it the candidate have to fulfill all these gazetted element under 16B? So the answer is no. Not necessary all together five element under 16B. Let's say you have only one, development, it's okay. Satu sudah memadai. Dua sudah memadai, lebih daripada baik. So counted is only one. Let's say you only have a development, is counted. So your experience counted. Minimum experience 3 years after your graduation. Let's say semalam baru tersepak batu, daftar sebagai graduate teknologi. One more thing, is beza from the badan yang lain. 3 years, let's say semalam baru tersepak batu, you only realize that for the past 5 or 10 years you are not been registered to any body. Bodies gazetted by government. So by DBEM is won't count. Dia tak count pun your previous experience selagi tidak berdaftar. So that is another board lah. Tetapi for MBOT, even though semalam baru daftar as graduate technologies, your previous experience counted. As per degree punya graduation. Let's say 10 tahun baru daftar, so your previous experience counted. So these are the something that to encourage people to be registered lah. Sebab MBOT badan baru, so they recognize even though semalam baru registered, so you are eligible to be registered as professional technologist by subject lepas daftar sebagai graduate technology. Not necessary to wait for 3 years, even though your sebab degree you dah lebih daripada 3 tahun lepas graduation, your experience counted. So this is something very different compared to others board lah. Kita bukan nak cari kelemahan, fact is fact. We say about professionalism, betul is betul, tak betul is tak betul. Okay, so TS we have macam saya cakap tadi, TS ada 5 elemen experience under 16B, TC under 16A. Okay, what are the job scope that been looking under 16B ataupun professional technologies? You must not only go for technical kerja saja, but you have to get a good experience di dalam management. Not only technical itself, but you must have experience on management. Either manage human resource, managing budget, managing paperwork and so on is counted. So not only well versed dalam technical, you must have some experience dalam management in order for you to sufficient seat for professional technologies. For the TC, scope dia mesti ada supervision. Some might say supervision ada management. Yes, supervision management daripada scope supervision. Management memang ada buat. Ada yang TC kita tengok memang very outstanding. Dia buat kerja-kerja management, dia buat kerja-kerja semua. Tetapi management dia up to the supervision punya scope. Sebab all this method of statement ataupun kerja-kerja technical that been given by the professional technologists must be well managed by professional technology ataupun manager punya side and then given to the TC to execute. So the execution will focus on the supervision scope. So these are something very different. One is on the management side, technical management. One is a technical supervision scope. So itu perbezaan lah di antara TC dan juga TS. Okay, one question maybe coming from the person who actually, let's say on the government side, government sector. Let's say he's been appointed as a senior tech. Let's say he's already get degree, tetapi post dia only been offered as a juruteknik kanan, ataupun grade dia mungkin dia dapat J29. Let's say in JKR, he's been appointed under J29. Of course dia punya scope akan buat supervision ataupun kerja-kerja senior tech. Even though he has a degree, let's say ataupun dia further study, it's not been promoted yet to get a post of 41 and above, to get a post of a professional ataupun engineer and so on. Tapi dia dah ada degree. Is it possible this particular person can be registered to TS ataupun tidak? Jawapan dia boleh. Boleh register. Since dia dah ada degree dan dia ada kerja dia yang berkaitan, even though dia dah buat supervision, tetapi kelayakan degree tu will be dominate. Akan diambil kira untuk dia being registered as a professional technologist. Kita ada a few cases yang di institusi dia adalah senior technician kanan, tetapi dia ada dapat TS sebab dia dah ada degree dan relevant previous experience counted. Sebab dalam testing, commissioning, maintenance pun ada di dalam sini subset. Sebab TC punya scope adalah subset kepada TS. Even though dia buat supervision scope. Tapi oleh kerana dia dah ada degree. Sebab apa? MBOT giving the opportunity to them to enhance potential career. Mungkin dengan dapat TS tersebut memberikan nilai tambah to get advantage for them whenever they seek for promotion nanti. So this is something that encouragement lah. So professional person ataupun registered, even though the registration is under voluntary compared to the BEM is compulsory, but MBOT encourage further professional development, career development. So this can be something beneficial for those yang ada degree. Even though dia punya post is still technician kanan, they can be promoted to the TS. Okay. Okay, the next one is on the what are the important, engineering ke ataupun technology? Engineering is important ke ataupun technology is important? Which one is better? Which one is important? For me, it's both is important, of course. Engineering have their rules, technology have their rules. But if you see the name, University Technology Mara, UITM, we have UTM, we have UTP. What are the common in the middle? Dekat mana common dia? Word of technology. Kenapa tak bawa University Engineering Malaysia? University Teknologi Mara ataupun University Engineering Mara. Kenapa tak pakai University Engineering Petronas? Why they still using technology? Even though UTM has been established lagi awal daripada MBOT. Because technology, what we call that, bersifat dynamic. Compared to engineering, more onto the what we call that, lebih kepada fundamental and design work. And teknologi lebih kepada practical work lah. Practical. I'm not in this situation untuk comment kalau engineering technology. So that will be in that another issues were raised on. Engineering is clear, technology is clear. Kalau engineering technology macam mana? Then was something that headache later on lah. Tapi tak apa, itu kita akan discuss later lah untuk another webinar. But not for this webinar. We only focus for MBOT lah. For the next coming slide, we are only focusing for MBOT. So we are only talking about technology-based profession. Okay, the next one is code of ethics. Is something that also very important. In the new CV, that going to be 100% launch on the next year, this coming January and so on. Actually, it's already been implemented as the dry run punya elemen already been introduced lah. Dia dah buat dry run pun a few candidates previously last month lah. A few candidates that already been introduced into the new CV. Telah test lah. Ada beberapa candidate yang ada experience fill in the new CV form as to get the feedback. Kita nak tengok feedback dan juga some dry run punya activities. So dalam one of these new CV, there are a question that focusing on code of ethics. Dia ada tanya tentang code of ethics. More likely lah dah macam BEM lah. Dia ada testing on the code of ethics and code of conduct. Saat ini kita akan tengok, we will go through what are the questions that been asked under that particular CV dan how to respond. Okay, so code of ethics as per definition is a principle, something that related to principle, standards, value, behavior, and also the relationship. So these are the 5 elements under code of ethics that been what we call the access. That panel want to see ada 5 element. When you write down code of ethics, please make sure ada principle, ada standard, ada value, behavior and relationship. Okay, di dalam penerangan tersebut related to code of ethics. Okay, the next one, then how to get the code of ethics and code of conduct document. So you can download it under MBOT website. It's free download. Then they will explain on the code of ethics and code of conduct. So misconduction of code of ethics and code of conduct, what are the consequences? So it been explained under section 27, suspension. If you're unethical or misconduction, it can be penalized under section 27. Okay. So the next one, what are the core important elements under code of ethics? One is benevolence, kebajikan. Benevolence. So your experience juga must access ada buat kerja-kerja CSR ke tidak, ada buat kerja-kerja out of your scope of work. So itu yang kita nak tengok. Professional person under code of ethics of MBOT pernah buat kerja-kerja ataupun have an experience to deal with the benevolence ataupun kerja-kerja kebajikan. And then the second one is only competence. You must competence with your daily job ataupun your scope of work. Under MBOT assessment, panel will see your competence. Whether your competence in giving consultation work, problem solving, get to know the new technologies. So you must at least really know your field. Kalau tak know deeply some of informations of some of the basic element you have to know. Let's say on the dalam building and construction, you have to know at least BIM. What is BIM? What are BIM related to construction industry? For the electrical and electronic, what is IoT? For the electrical also competent person. Who is competent person under Suruhanjaya Tenaga? So you have to know the basic definition of this kind of element. So second one is on competence. The third one is diligence or kerajinan. So as the ethic kena rajin lah sikit, and that's why come in CPD. So this is something that MBOT promote, sangat-sangat promote. One of the element that been doing today adalah is a good for APTT getting approved as a TEP, Technology Expert Panel for the MBOT, and can handle a program. What are the TEP? TEP is stand for Technology Expert Panel, ataupun yang boleh mengendalikan program-program ataupun technical program that under MBOT. So dapatlah CPD point, gazetted under CPD point lah. Okey, kemudian under CPD, okey, satu lagi update, CPD compulsory for TS is 30 hours, 30 hours for the TS and 20 hours for TC. Wajib for the next renewal. So what are the activities? You can go into the website and see. Dia tak boleh semua aktiviti pergi kursus sahaja, tak boleh. Dia ada maximum allocation for kursus ataupun attending the webinar and so on. Dia ada maximum allowable numbers for certain activities. So you have to strategize your activities to get your CPD. And one more thing, it's not something that this is something that different compared to others board, because you need to get approval. Let's say your submission, you submit your document and so on. Let's say you submit 5 hours CPD. It's not necessary they're going to approve 5 hours. Let's say they maybe only approve 1.5, because they have to go on the board meeting to approve. But inshallah, if things system running well, they will be auto update later on. This is not still under discussion, but if anything system is on later, so all the things akan auto approve. This is something that very good lah. Kita tak adalah contoh person tinggal 2 minggu lagi nak mati dia punya renewal. So dia dah gelabah dah. So macam mana dia nak buat? Sebab kalau masuk dalam sistem will took some time for MBOT to approve. So kadang-kadang troublesome, orang tak berapa happy, but not the problem. Let's say kalau dah mati, MBOT will give you 1 year grace period. 1 year grace period for you to what we call the renew. Dia tak adalah kejam untuk kita penalize for dia professional person. Okay, kemudian strive for perfection, integrity. Of course, integrity section 27 will penalize to you, will comments to you if you are not integrity, and of course is professionalism, promoting other professionalism. Okay, so these are the suggested something that have been what we call that promote scope of kerja, professional engineer, professional technology, and IOW certified technician and so on lah. Okay, now we are moving into the element of professional assessment. What are the core element that been highlighted and very important under assessment? One is the competency side. The second one is on the commitment side. So these are 5 elements that been assessed by the panel. One is on your knowledge and understanding. So under knowledge and understanding, what I've been focused by the panel. The first one is problem solving. How you deeply know your field very, very well. Let's say on the building and construction, the new technology related to your field. What are the new technology? How do you know this technology and how you get involved with this technology? So panel will see how deep you're involved with your field, technology and understanding. How you understand your field very, very well. Okay. So the second one is on the application to practice. So on the application to practice, panel want to see problem solving. Let's say on BO, variation order. How do you handle the variation order? Let's say you have a problem honeycomb in the building. So how do you handle the honeycomb issues? For the EE, you have a problem with your power system. So what is your backup to make sure the system is running? So you do a maintenance. Maintenance pula apa benda yang nak buat dalam skop maintenance apa? For telecommunication and broadcasting application to practice, let's say you have a problem with the transmission. So what can be done? Apa benda yang nak test? So this is something that panel want to see, either you're involved with that current activity or not. So jangan tipu, please. Jangan kalau kita tak tahu, kita cakap tak tahu. Dan if you know, then we have to explain confidently, because panel will see. Terutamanya I share the tips. Kalau candidates tu kadang-kadang explain, mata dia tengok kiri kanan, that's something that dia cuba ada something fishy in there. Tapi kalau tengok mata dia atas dan bawah, dia tengah berfikir apa dia nak jawab. Dia tengah susun ayat, maknanya dia pernah experience. So panel akan tengok bahasa tubuh lah. Dia tengok your body language. So please jangan tipu, sebab panel have been trained to see your behavior. To see your behavior, sama ada you comfortable ataupun tidak. If you're not comfortable, panel akan try to raise another question. For those who are coming from academician, please make sure you know what is OBE, outcome-based education, practical assessment, what is practical assessment, what is the psychomotor domain, what is cognitive, attributes, the others attribute that related to OBE. So this is something that you have to know. And handling budget for those coming from the grant and so on. How do you manage your grants? How do you manage your student if you have a degree, master, PhD students? So how do you manage them? So this is something that panel will want to see on the application to practice if the candidates come from the education. So ada tak perbezaan education and industry? So there is no different field panel want to access pada academic. Tak ada laluan khas untuk academic, sama saja laluan. There's only one route, either you are from academician or not. If you are from academician, let's say after graduation you don't have any experience working, straight away teaching, so you have to get idea how to get improve on your experiences, pergi training ke sabbatical leave ke industry training and so on. So leadership, you have to know some of the leadership, CAPEX, capital expenditure experience, budget pembangunan. Kemudian we have the OPEX, operational expenditure, you have to get experience. Interpersonal skill, how you deal with difficult people. Let's say discrepancies, different opinion in terms of technical meeting. So how can you handle? And the last one is professional conduct, more related to 1768. Some of the panel might give you a scenario. So you have to listen carefully on the scenario and try to explain according to code of ethics and code of conduct. Okay. So for the professional assessment, there will be via the Skype. Currently being practiced by the MBOT using the Skype. It also can be handled face to face, depend. Under TEP, because we have teknologi, persatuan teknologi handle assessment to the face to face ada before COVID lah last time. So but most of the time handled by the MBOT via the Skype. So by the two panel, appointed panel, and passing mark is 60. 60 markah ke atas, dan lulus. Okay, so what are the benefit to be a technology expert panel? Academic accreditation, competency assessment, practicing provision and so on lah. Okay, benefit registration. Ini yang something new that been apply by the MBOT yang berbeza dengan badan-badan yang lain. It recognize for those who are holding certificate 40C, not necessary you to get the diploma. Minimum is SKM 3 up to advanced diploma. Advanced diploma. So this can be registered under SKM, under TC, SKM 3, DKM 4, DLKM level 5. So under di framework, skill framework ataupun under di akreditasi tunggal di bawah skill base. So it can be registered. Diploma boleh, tak ada masalah, registered under TC. Dan satu lagi, dia also recognize daripada not SKM base, daripada penjaga jentera ataupun daripada avionic punya ni, sebab dia orang tak ada proper certificate. Dia orang punya recognize punya exam. Sama juga dengan Suruhanjaya Tenaga, they have their own exam for penjaga jentera AO, A1, A4, BO, B1, B4, PW2, PW4 can be registered as certified technician, even though dia tak ada academic certification. They only have a skill base. It's been recognized under MBOT. So just for your update lah. This is for TC, certified technician. Okay, boleh claim cukai untuk penilaian profesional saja. Penilaian profesional saja. So we have beza engineer and technology. I already explained previously. So saya moving ni. Okay. So now we move on onto the definition. The process getting from the graduate technologies until you get the attending the professional technologies assessment. The first one is go on the graduate technology. You can access or you can be registered. You can register undergraduate technologies in MBOT website. So just fill in the form, fill in the requirements, submitting CV, submitting documents required for you to be registered as graduate technologies. You have to pay 50 ringgit. Perpetual lah, lifetime. Then you get the certificate graduate technologies under field that you requested. And then for the newcomers, let's say you just graduated, you have to get a relevant minimum 3 years experience, 1 year's experience under field, kena buat kerja-kerja field 1 year, then another 2 years can be from your management side. Kerja-kerja management boleh 2 tahun. And 1 year must be kerja-kerja technical. So adding all together 3 years relevant experience related to your technical field. Then satu lagi syarat, 1 year mesti pernah profes kerja di Malaysia. Sebab this is very important for local registered TS mesti tahu local punya peraturan. So 3 years. 1 from the technical side, 2 years from the management. So comprises of 3 years relevant experience on the technical field. Then from that particular 3 years, 1 year mesti profess dalam Malaysia. Because we have a few candidates from outside Malaysia, tapi dia pernah kerja di Malaysia for at least 1 year, so he eligible to sit for professional assessment. So for professional assessment, so the fees is 600 ringgit. To sit for the exam assessment, and then after you get pass through on the professional assessment, you have to pay another RM 350 for the registration. Okay, for the registration. So altogether 600 plus 350, 950 plus 50 from the graduate technology, altogether 1,000 lah. You have to invest. From the graduate technology until to professional technology. So let's say you are already exceeding the grace period. If you want to be re-registered, or we call it reinstate, you have to pay 1,250. So please don't exceed another 1 year grace period. Kalau tidak, nanti you have to re-register ataupun reassess ataupun reinstate. You have to pay 1,250. Okay. So for the QT ataupun qualified technician, lebih kurang sama, the same assessment, dia kena lalui assessment sama juga, kena lalui assessment interview, cuma pembayaran dia hanya RM30, RM30. 3 years experience juga sama, in the field. 2 years come from the general practice, 1 year must come from the technical side. So 3 years dan 1 year mesti kerja di Malaysia. So only pay RM300 and register is 200. Okay. So reinstatement hanyalah 180 saja. So section 27 dalam kurungan 1, cancellation and suspension registration. This is something very important. Most of the time saya will ask, how do you relate section 27 with your current daily job? So kena tahu juga macam mana kita relatekan kerja-kerja kita di harian kita under section 27. So kita kena professional, kita kena tak boleh beri-beri. So if you conducted guilty under misconduction, you boleh suspension lah, dia boleh di cancellation and suspension under section 27. So as I quoted the previous talk by the Datuk TS1 Hasma Azim, he said to become a professional leader is necessary not only to be technical competent but must also possess the ability leadership and management skill. So ada 3 elemen yang penting dekat situ for TS. Dia mesti only bukan strong saja technical, he must also have the ability on the leadership and also managerial skill. 3 elemen yang dia akan tengok. Dia akan gunakan elemen PDCA. Plan, do, check and action. Okay, this is something that method dalam management, plan, do, check, action. Ataupun planning, organize, lead, control, sama saja elemen in order for you to excel dalam management side. Okay, so now we are moving into the preparing the comprehensive CV, how to fill up the previous CV. Kita tak masuk lagi the new one, tak apa, kita akan pergi laju sikit. So kita laju sikit dalam CV. Okay, dalam CV, what are the important things? Currently practice CV lah, tapi dia tak banyak beza, ada tambahan sedikit. Kita pergi yang previous CV dulu. Ni 24 bukan 23. 24. So saya akan pergi ke new CV. Currently practice CV adalah TS dan TC menggunakan CV yang sama, whereby di dalam new practice CV, TS dan TC punya CV tidak sama. TC punya CV lain, TS punya CV lain. Dia ada 2 borang yang berbeza. So please, masa isi dalam form of the new CV, please put in your gambar. Okay, letaklah gambar terbaru sebab this is to show that you follow the guideline being gazetted. Sebab ada banyak candidates are not putting dia image ataupun gambar. So jadi macam panel akan rasa macam uncomfortable. So please put in your recent gambar lah. Then put in your particular detail. Technology field ni you can refer to sub element sub element technology field ni elektrik, elektronik ke, EE, BC, TB, ME. So depend on your practice. Dan sub field bahagian apa? Kalau EE mungkin generation, protection. Kita bubuh lah ada elemen sub field tu. Okay, kat TS dengan TC kita bubuh sini. Kalau kita TS ni candidate, kita bubuh TS, TC lah. Okay, seterusnya academic qualification. Okay, academic qualification ni letaklah yang the most recent, yang paling terkini. Jangan main campur-campur, nanti panel susah nak baca. Kemudian seterusnya affiliation. Affiliation ni kalau kita ada professional PMP ke, professional manager professional ke, ataupun kita ada award dekat situ. Kalau tak ada, kita daftar as a qualified technician pun boleh letak. Graduate technologist pun boleh, graduate engineer pun boleh letak kat situ. Yeah, entitled and so on. To show panel that we aware regarding professionalism. Perkara-perkara yang berkaitan professionalism. Then The next one is technology professional experience. Training yang kita pergi. Apa training yang kita dah pergi? Tulis dekat situ. Jangan biarkan kosong. This is to give panel some information that you already fluent with the activity. So part 6, ini ramai yang silap. Okay, dalam part 6 you have to justify your JD, job description apa. Jangan cerita perkara yang not related to you. Please explain the job scope, job description that you currently involved. So if please don't put something that you tak buat pun. You ambil orang punya copy paste. So bila copy paste this, panel akan tak apa happy lah. Sebab masa tulis CV pun you are not very professional, copy and paste orang punya, tak baca pun. Then how you want to profess bila dah ada title? So this is something that tadi strive for perfection. So you kena thoroughly baca lah apa yang you submit dan bertanggungjawab terhadap what are the keyword that you are using. Kena tahu. So dekat sini self assessment, you give 5 explain lah. Kita explain why do you want to be professional technology and certified technician. Ada yang tanya boleh bahasa Melayu tak? Cubalah dalam bahasa Inggeris. Cuba dalam bahasa Inggeris lah. Kalau tak boleh sangat, bolehlah tulis dalam bahasa Melayu. Kadang-kadang kita takut panel uncomfortable. Panelnya okey, tak ada masalah. Yang penting dia nak tahu kita punya sebab there's no document that been sent to panel except CV. Okay, this is a reference that you have to put. Okay, now kita pergi ke new format. Kita pergi ke new format sekejap. Saya buka new format under TC dulu. Apa yang beza? So kita akan cuba cepatlah, takut kita nak entertain soalan lebih banyak. Okay, dalam kita pergi TC dulu for certified technician. Of course sama, yang lain tu sama macam tadi, sama. Yang beza dia adalah dekat sini, part 6. Dalam new CV, part 6, dia tanya tentang code of conduct. So dia ada 9 elemen dekat situ, skill and practice. Kalau untuk TC, dia kena jawab 2 soalan. Kalau untuk TC, minimum 100 perkataan. Okay, minimum 100 perkataan. Pilih 2 saja untuk TC untuk TC ni dulu. So dia ada elemen yang nak ditengok. Kalau kata kita comfortable dengan skill and practice, kita tick skill and practice. Kat sini tulis please explain your key skill and how you sustain your competency skill. So kita teranglah 100 patah perkataan kalau kita nak pilih ini. Kita juga boleh pilih technical integrity. Kita boleh pilih conflict of interest. Ni sebenarnya datang mana 1 sampai 9 ni? Dalam dokumen code of conduct yang dikeluarkan oleh MBOT. Panel tak suka-suka hati suggest kan. MBOT tak keluarkan suka-suka hati 1 sampai 9. 1 sampai 9 ni dapat daripada get from the document that been dikeluarkan oleh MBOT sendirilah under code of conduct. Okey, so kita explain daripada 2 elemen ni ke sini. 6.1 dan 6.2. So that's why dia ada 2 kotak. Satu kotak untuk satu elemen. So nak pilih yang mana? Pilihlah yang mana kita comfortable. Pilih 2 sahaja daripada 9 out of 9. You have to compulsory selecting 2 element instead of 9. Okay, then self assessment ni sama macam tadi. Dan satu lagi dokumen baru, benda baru yang kena letak kat sini adalah kita kena pilih teknologi kita buat tu. Kalau untuk TC, dia kena pilih sama ada 3, pilih 1, tick dan explain. Project task, kita kena, kat sini kena letak bukti Kena report, letak appendix. Dekat sini apa nak letak appendix? Letaklah drawing yang kita terlibat. Kalau ada schematic diagram, kalau ada building drawing yang kita terlibat. Kalau kata ada kerja-kerja yang kita supervise. So please put diagram ataupun penerangan sedetail yang boleh di dalam appendices. So dekat sini kita kena sign bahawa kita tidak menipu and so on kat situ. So kalau misconduction kita dapat track, then you can be penalized lah. So dekat sini kita kena tulis itulah project task apa kita buat. Tim kita siapa, background kita buat apa benda kerja yang kita buat dalam kat nombor 4 ni. What are the background project task? Nombor 5 project task methodologies. Kemudian 6 conclusion, project task reference. Dan apa yang kita perlu isi dekat sini. This is for TC. So, kita tengok pula TS. For TS, dia yang lain atas tu sama. Yang beza, kalau TC tadi 2 sahaja kena select. Tapi kalau untuk TS, kena 3. Dan kena tulis panjang sikit, 150 patah perkataan. Kalau untuk TC tadi, 100 perkataan saja. Kalau untuk TS, kena pilih 3. Dan setiap satu 150 patah perkataan. So, dia ada 3 kotak kat situ. So, yang ni sama. Dan sama juga dekat bawah, dia kena provide evidence. Evidence yang baru ni kena ceritakan apa task yang kita buat dan evidence. Kalau kita conduct project and so on, please explain briefly dalam situ. Dan jangan masukkan gambar itu saja. Terangkan dalam gambar tu what are your contribution to that particular activity. Jangan bubuh email tak terang apa-apa. Bubuh gambar mesti explain. Gambar mesti explain. Gambar mesti explain. Letak banyak gambar, explain pun kena banyak. Dan explanation must come your involvement with that particular activity. Jangan letak gambar saja sebab panel tak tahu nanti you ni terlibat ke, sekadar tengok ke, ataupun penumpang gratis je ke. Dia tak nak. So they want to see your contribution to that particular project that related to technical skill and professional activities. Okay, so that is the something new. New update lah, new update on the TC and TS. Dan untuk result, markah approve over 60, deferral 50 sampai 59. Okey, kenapa boleh deferral? Ada beberapa factor that can be candidate can refer to the deferral status 50 to 59. Kenapa? One is dia mungkin bukan bidang dia. Okey, dia mungkin bidang dia. Panel tidak dapat akses competency factor ataupun dia berpuas hati dengan kandidat punya penerangan. Mungkin dia gelabah pada interview, dia tak boleh nak jawab. So panel will give some another chances. So dia kena submit document. For 50 to 59 kena submit document kalau dia tak lepas. So if less than 50 marks, then straight away fail. Pernah normally biasanya panel dia kalau dia kesian tengok, bukan kesian lah, dia kalau dia tengok boleh dibantu lagi, mungkin penerangan kurang tepat, dia akan bagi deferral. If not, dia give straight away not approved. Okay, dia straight away not approved. Okay, so dalam deferral portfolio kenapa kena terang apa? Work sample kena ada, report, project, written material, presentation, apa yang kita buat, record semua. Sekarang ni kena terangkan secara bertulis pula bersama evidence. So please janganlah sampai kita ke deferral, sebab bila deferral dia nak bukti-bukti kita terlibat. So semua ni kena dengan bukti. Kalau tadi kita boleh explain masa interview, tapi mungkin explain kita itu tak meyakinkan, so you have to provide the necessary evidence. Okay, so after registered, you can access portal. They will grant you dedicated portal. So all the information regarding yourself and also your information will be put under that particular portal. Okay, one more thing on do and don'ts during interview. Please make sure masa interview, make sure your line okay. Macam mana nak make sure your line okay? Buat test dulu. Skype ada ability to test your system before interview. Make sure minimum jangan rendah daripada 2 Mbps sebab nanti akan terputus-putus masa interview. So elakkan gunakan telefon sebab nanti telefon panas, dia akan interrupt the process. Sebab bila uncomfortable, kita pula tak boleh nak terang, dan panel will straight away mungkin dia akan bagi deferral kalau dia okay. If not, they will give you straight away fail. Okay, kalau fail, apa yang boleh kita buat? Kita boleh hantar rayuan. Kita boleh hantar buat application rayuan. Dalam rayuan tu kita terangkan attach with dokumen sokongan daripada kita punya company. Kita boleh hantar juga dalam rayuan tu kita punya work sample lagi yang lebih detail. Kita punya contribution in terms of 3 elemen tu, management, leadership, technical. Kita masukkan dalam permohonan kita punya rayuan. So after we get all these ni, kita boleh dapat endorsement. And just want to promote lah kalau terlepas sesi ni more detail, saya akan terlibat juga di dalam saya akan bagi special webinar yang saya akan terang deeply lagi dalam tentang mungkin contoh-contoh sekali how do you want to fill in di new CV di dalam webinar yang dibuat oleh Megajati lah, insyaAllah on di January 17 January. Yang tu saya akan fokuskan kepada how do you want to do deferral report, macam mana nak submit apa elemen yang kena ada dalam report dan new CV punya elemen. Saya akan terang sebab kita ada hanya sejam saja, so tak sempat lah saya nak go through deeply dalam session. So we will focus this on the session dalam Januari nanti, insyaAllah, yang diorganize oleh Megajati dalam 17. This is something that saya akan berikan how to fill in dalam CV dan how to put in referral punya format. Okay, I think that is all about my presentation currently. Even though it's not what we call that kita sempat untuk fokus deeply, especially on the elemen di dalam new CV, but actually kita dah promote, kita dah bagi tahu bahawa the new assessment ataupun new CV will be coming out. The next year will be practice on this January, insyaAllah. Dan pilot test has been conducted and some of the candidate already experienced fill in into the new CV lah. Bukan semua. Kalau kita kena tu, then you just fill in. If you have any information ataupun question, you just directly contact to the MBOT lah. Okay, so for untuk slide 39, nanti saya rasa saya stop for my presentation. We may be focusing on the another 30 minutes on the question and answer. So I hand back to IR Lau. Please go ahead for our question and answer.
Okay, thank you very much to Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan. This was one of a very highly concentrated session, and I hope all of you have enjoyed this session. Now, let me go ahead and take some question. Just a reminder, if you have any question, just punch your question in the chat box in the Microsoft Teams or in the Facebook live chat box. So, Dr. Azlan, I have captured 12 question. Ada 12 soalan. Okay. Soalan pertama yang dari saudara Sahrudin bin Sabari dari Microsoft Teams. Can we apply for TS if we have degree which is not recognized by NQA?
Okay. Dia ada background lah.
Dia
ada bunyi background.
Dia tak ada mention on the background.
Tak, ada bunyi background. Audio echo. Ada tak?
Saya kah?
Tak. Okay, dah hilang. Tadi ada echo.
Okay.
Okay, so is it the question is it possible dia punya degree itu maknanya tak di-approve oleh MQA tetapi dia want to be registered as TS. Okay, I'm not in the position of say yes or no. You can boleh hantar, tapi biasanya dia kena program yang be approved by the MQA lah. Sebab dia nak thoroughly align with the JPA and so on. Later on kalau kita nak minta kerja government and so on, nanti bila kita dah ada title tu, kita tak boleh pula recognize. Tetapi what you can do, try to apply MBOT and see macam mana, sebab keputusan lepas ataupun tidak is bergantung kepada board punya decision lah. So by supposedly macam tak boleh, tetapi you can apply. Try to buat rayuan lah untuk sama ada diterima untuk didaftarkan sebagai graduate teknologi ataupun tidak. So the first step, boleh try daftar as a graduate teknologi dulu. Try to submit the document. And if MBOT ada soalan, they will ask you later on, either contact ataupun dia akan hantar email and ask you to supply with their relevant documents lah. So itu yang saya boleh cakap lah, sebab itu bergantung kepada board meeting dan board decision.
Okay,
I hope that will answer that question lah.
Yep, thank you very much, Dr. Azlan. Somehow I do agree on Dr. Azlan punya soalan lah. No harm to apply graduate. After that, whatever clarification, MBOT akan clarify later. Kan?
Ya, betul.
Alright, so Dr. Azlan, second question dari TCH from FB. Kalau sudah ada TC, bila ada degree, bukan technical atau bukan engineering punya, dapat tak daftar TS?
Okay, it depends. Degree is something that eligible for you to sit for professional technology. They refer back to your practice. If your practice tu still technical and current practice dalam bidang, okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Azlan. Third question from Nur Hafiz in Microsoft team. Is it compulsory to have qualified technician before apply for certified technician?
Say again. Qualified technician? Breaking up just now, breaking up.
Is it compulsory to apply qualified technician before apply for certified technician?
Oh, okay. Which mean that kena daftar QT dulu lah. So
Yep.
mesti wajib. Even though you have 20 or 30 years experience, the procedure ataupun framework ataupun guideline kena ikut. Dia mesti daftar QT dulu. Lepas daftar QT, baru daftar PT TC. Dia tak boleh lompat. Dia tak ada shortcut. You have to go even though you have a vast experience. GT pun sama. Graduate technology kena daftar dulu, then you can apply for the professional technology. After you get the certificate from MBOT, you can apply. Straight away apply. Kalau dah cukup 3 tahun. Contoh kata experience dah lama, baru daftar semalam. Qualified technician ataupun graduate technology, your previous experience counted. Bila dah dapat the approval untuk graduate technology ataupun qualified technician, you can straight away apply for professional technology and certified technician under dalam platform tadi. Semua pendaftaran daftar di dalam platform.
Okay, betul. Untuk GT pun kena. Even dekat of engineering pun kena apply from the graduate engineer dulu kan?
Ya, betul. Betul. Dia cuma beza dia graduate engineers daftar tu, kalau baru daftar, your previous experience not counted lah. Dia counted selepas kita berdaftar dengan board. Tetapi di MBOT tidak. Your previous experience counted. Walaupun baru semalam daftar sebagai graduate technology. Itu saja beza.
Okay. So the fourth question, Doktor. Muhammad Nazmi dari FB. Boleh tambah bidang lain. Macam mana caranya?
Okay. Tambah bidang lain. Tambah bidang tak boleh. Tambah bidang as a panel, insyaAllah boleh. Depend on your current practice, previous practice by proven dengan relevant vast experience yang you pernah terlibat dalam bidang-bidang itu, mungkin panel MBOT akan mendaftarkan you sebagai dalam bidang yang berbeza. Tetapi itu panel punya skop. Tetapi untuk berdaftar dalam bidang, only one dominant bidang sahaja. Tidak boleh berdaftar 2-3 bidang yang berbeza. Contoh, kalau katakanlah dah daftar EE, alamak, dah daftar medical lah. Nak daftar medical pula, apa nak jadi pada EE? You have to surrender EE, re-registered new. Kena surrender yang previous bidang, daftar bidang baru. Tak boleh 2 bidang. Seorang mesti hanya 1 bidang dominan.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Azlan. Similarly, sebab Dr. Azlan example is actually saya adalah one of them lah. I was from EE, masa tu no HM. So I have to surrender my EE, then only I can move to HM.
Yes, correct.
Alright, now the fifth question from Tae Chi Seong, the Microsoft team. Just to check, what if PTech did not fulfill 30 CPD point in a year? What will happen to his or her competency? Is it required to reapply again?
Okay, so this is very good answers. Very good questions. So the answer is you cannot, because it's been inside of the system. In order for you to eligible to be what we call that renewal, One of the requirement is you must comply with 30 hours CPD. If not comply, the submission button is not on. You cannot submit what we call that renewal if your CPD is not fulfilled 30 hours of CPD activities. So this is something very important. So you must comply 30 hours CPD baru boleh what we call that renewal. Dan dia akan bagi, kalau kata terlepas 1 tahun, grace period 1 year, tahun yang berikutnya lepas grace period tu barulah kena reinstatement ataupun re-registered balik. Reinstatement mesti kena dengan surat tunjuk sebab lah ataupun surat application bagi tahulah. Tapi kalau dalam masa setahun dalam grace period tu still can, walaupun terlebih masa still can apply, tak ada masalah. Tapi mesti 30 CPD. If not fulfill, you cannot boleh renew. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Then the soalan nombor 6 from Akib. Is there any changes in assessment for applying TS in future? Will there be much stricter procedure assessment such as essay writing required other than oral interview?
Okay, so assessment, because we already proposed last time want to do a technical report, but a few discussion has been conducted and a few what we call that meeting has concluded that all these written element have to put in under one document. That's why the new CV is implies. They try to imply the new CV by subject to adding new elements, especially on the technical macam ala-ala technical report lah. You have to put under CV. So jadi bersama dengan Code of Ethics and Code of Conduct. Currently, dia tidak, in the future, saya mungkin, kita tak pasti, tapi currently yang akan di-practice, there will be only CV saja. New CV will be implemented. Dalam new CV tu, dia masukkan new element regarding on Code of Ethics, Code of Conduct. You have, let's say on TC, 2 out of 9, kena jawab, wajib. For TS, 3 out of 9. Then you have to submit also your technical element dalam CV. So jadi dia akan jadi panjang sikit. So it's just like CV combined with pergi technical report. Macam tu. Technical report combine dengan CV. So jadi the new structures of CV is bagaimana kita nak combinekan technical punya report dengan CV. Tetapi tak adalah banyak, 150 untuk TS, 100 untuk untuk TC saja. So macam itulah. Hope that will answer lah the questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. Soalan nombor 7 dari Tora Anwar Sahul Hamid. How to apply to become a panelist for MBOT interview?
Okay, MBOT akan publish di dalam website Keep on Track dalam MBOT punya Facebook, dia orang akan iklankan, dia go for the dia akan iklankan, dia akan advertisekan in their website. So please alert and send your they will only ask you for your CV and so on lah. So they will screening, go for the screening, and then at the end of the day they will appoint you lah. So please keep track on the Facebook, Twitter, Insta, and also the MBOT official website to see the advertisement.
Alright, thank you, Doctor. Next question dari Technologist Aswindran Siwanathan. Kalau kita buat formal study seperti master atau PhD, bolehkah kita apply CPD seperti upload assignment ataupun tutorial class? Berapa CPD boleh apply?
Boleh, tidak ada masalah. That kind of activities counted as activity towards professionalism. You want to enhance this. The idea of CPD is to promote something activity related to enhancing your professionalism. Something that menambahkan pengetahuan. So it's counted. So dia ada cara di dalam website. You can go what are the maximum numbers CPD activities under studies that you can claim. Boleh, tak ada masalah. Not a big issue.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Next question dari Abdul Jalil Muhammad. Macam mana nak dapat template CV?
Okay, nak dapat template CV, currently since saya tak boleh mendahului, just want to bagi tahu. So, officially mungkin Januari. So, we have to wait lah until Januari. We have to wait until Januari. Cuma saya in this webinar, I just promoting and let what we call that everybody knows, aware that we are going to implement the new CV. So, the official CV later will be let di MBOT berilah dalam bulan Januari ataupun nanti bulan Januari baru kita share. Sebab official launching ni dalam bulan Januari, so kita bagi bulan Januari lah. So ini masih belum Januari lagi, so kita respect MBOT punya ni. Cuma kita bagi tahu saja, promoting that MBOT we're going to apply a new CV lah. Itu saja.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Next, Muhammad Arif Ohman. Soalan dia, mesti kena ada TC dulu ke baru boleh APTS?
Oh, tidak semestinya. TC is meant for if you have a diploma. Kalau if you have the degree, no need to sit for TS lah. Straight away get the graduate technology, sit for professional technology. If you have the SKM level 3 sampai diploma, you can sit for dapatkan QT and then sit for certified technician. So no need pergi ke TC dulu, kemudian let's say kalau you ada diploma, ambil TC dulu, kemudian sambung belajar, get the degree, baru nak PTS, is up to you. Tetapi it's not necessary to go TC dulu baru pergi TS, tak. Yang wajib ada degree, pergi GT dulu, graduate technology dulu. Dapat graduate technology, then you can sit for professional assessment to get the professional technology. Registered to as a qualified technician dulu, then you can sit for certified technician. Tidak wajib pergi TC dulu baru pergi PTS. Clear?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Next question. Actually related kepada soalan tadi dari Sufian Baharom. Kita ada TC by qualification diploma. Dan kita ada experience dalam bidang yang kita ceburi selama lebih 10 tahun. Boleh kita apply TS kah?
Tidak boleh. Dia akan tengok degree as a requirement. Degree level 6. Walaupun kita ada vast experiences, if you have a TC, cuma ada SKM 3, tetapi kita ada good experiences, we handle a lot of skill and so on. So, kita tidak melepasi minimum syarat yang utama, iaitu have a degree. Dia tak beritahu degree bidang apa, ada degree saja. So lepas bila ada degree baru dia tengok kita punya praktis. So tapi tak semestinya degree dalam bidang. Okay. So mesti ada degree level 6 dahulu baru boleh TS. Tidak boleh hanya ada SKM 3 sampai diploma lanjutan, registered as a TS, tidak boleh. Dia mesti pre-requirement, dia mesti ada degree dulu dan baru dia tengok experience.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. So sekarang sudah masuk pukul 4.15. We will take the last question. Yang soalan-soalan yang lain nanti kita akan take up and then kita akan jawab and follow up dengan semua participant. Boleh, Doctor?
Boleh, no problem.
Okay, so the last question before kita move into the next session adalah soalan dari Ju Bun Ong. Jika kita lambat renew, adakah tarikh tamat akan dikira semula dari tarikh lambat renew atau masih kira dari tarikh asal kita approve sebagai PTEC renewal?
Dia akan tengok tarikh kita mati tu, walaupun kita dah lepas mungkin grace period, dia akan backdated lah. Tak boleh, nanti dia terputus. Dia tak boleh terputus. Dia tidak boleh professional punya timeline tu terputus. Itu pun dah kira baik, dia patah balik. So maksudnya kita mesti bayar balik yang kita tertinggal tu lah, walaupun kita dah exceeding time. Dia tidak ada macam ikut road tax kereta. Kalau mati, kita dah mati 3 bulan, dia kira 3 bulan tu boleh. Tak, dia tak boleh terputus. Okay.
Alright, thank you, Doctor. So, the coming two question I summarize semua because there are a lot of famous question. Selalunya dalam webinar memang ada famous question tanya whether presentation slide ada provided ke tidak. Memang kita akan provide, sekretariat akan email, and kita pun ada provide link dekat chat box nanti untuk tuan-tuan dan puan-puan untuk download. Second, pasal rakaman, memang kita ada rakaman. At the same time, you can also refer back to the webinar recording dekat Facebook MBOT juga. Alright, so thank you very much Dr. Azlan for the time untuk jawab semua soalan. So before kita move on, is there anything that you would like to cover before kita wrap up the session, Dr. Azlan?
So let me okay. So nothing much. Just want to what we call that promoting pada new candidates. Please baca dulu akta. Go through thoroughly on the new 768. Get the mentor, a good mentor. Ask around how to confidently macam apa yang nak buat sebelum sit for assessment, and take some time to carefully write your CV, sebab CV itu menggambarkan diri kita. Kalau kita cincai buat CV, maka cincailah kita. CV itu very important because it represents you. So do it properly to make sure that panel confident in you before you're attending the assessment. So itu saja nasihat saya I allow.
Okay, thank you very much to Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan. This actually kira wrap up of the session. So now I would like to invite TSND Tiong, our Deputy Chairman, Association of Professional Technicians and Technologists, APTT, to present certificate of appreciation to Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan, and subsequently to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Hi, TS Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan. Thanks for your time that you have spent with us. It's invaluable times, and even though this is a pro bono works that we have, right, we appreciate across the whole industry itself. Thanks for your time, especially all the way from Brunei itself. It's good. So I'd like to present to you our certificates of appreciations, and we look forward for a continuous collaboration between the cross-border kind of industries and also your expertise as well. Right? Okay, so ideally, APTT itself, right, it's a pro bono, the associations that we emphasize, and we use it as a platform for ourselves to serve in the industry where all the technologies can gather together, we start learning together. I think that is the initiative that we have when we try to talk to MBOT itself, and we see the needs. So if we really look at the way that we learn and how we learn in the past and in the futures, right, when we have a collaboration between the various industries and we learn through this kind of like sharing sessions, right, indeed the learning curve is faster and it's easier. So that is why, we here at the APTTs, right, we are here to basically to educate and try to get a platform for us to share so that all the expertise around the region, we can come together and we share this knowledge among ourselves. Of course, the idea is not only to focus on just Sarawak candidates. We also look at those people that who are working abroad, the Sarawakian that basically working abroad and working outside of the countries, not only for Sarawakian itself, but also for all the technologies, so that we gather together and we strive for a better futures, especially towards this digital economy in Malaysia, and especially in Sarawak digital economy initiative as well. So I would like to thank you everyone to be here today, and I'm looking forward for more sessions with all the candidates. And some of the candidates today with us today, we probably will say that, we would like you to be one of our panel to share all the knowledge that you have, and we start to learn these things together. With that, I'll probably end my conversation with Sayang MBOT 2. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to our Vice Deputy Chairman, TSND Tiong. So before we wrap up the session, I would like to invite everyone to switch on your camera video for our group photo taking session. So our Secretariat, Miss Bell, will take the screenshots. Miss Bell, thank you very much.
Okay, so everyone Please turn on your camera. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much to Miss Bell. Sudah ambil gambar?
Oh, sudah.
Okay, thank you very much once again to everyone. Thank you again to Technologist Engineer Dr. Ahmad Azlan for this fruitful session. So we feel honored to have you with us in today's webinar. So this concludes today's webinar on behalf of APTT and UNIMAS. We appreciate your presence and support. And we also thanks to everyone supporting this webinar. We have approximately about 500, close to 600 participants today. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. And stay safe. Thank you very much. Bye. Yo, ada cemen. Kau mute lah cemen. You participant cannot be unmute. Sipalah, kelak kita discuss kat luar.
Alright, gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Bye. Sakit pinggang kawan.